Hello everybody, here we are again. This is part 2 of number patterns. Okay, this is for O-level candidates of E-Maths, all right, who thinks that this topic might be helpful to you. You need more help on this topic to be very sure. You want a systematic approach to solving number patterns. Also, this is about part 2 and it's about constant multiple type of number patterns. So here we go. Now I know, don't feel too shock. Don't feel too overwhelmed by this equation. I do not need you to memorize this. Okay, I'm writing it out for the sake of actually putting it formally. I don't need you to memorize this. All right. If you otherwise, we just continue. We just go on to the next page, and you'll see what I mean by you do not need to memorize. Use a bit of logic, understand how it works, and then you do not need to memorize this at all. Okay, let's do at this example. Now, you can see from this example that it's not a plus because 3 to 12, if you need to plus, is plus 9. And then from here, the difference become 36. And then here, the difference become very big. So, you might not want to encounter, you might want to rethink what this could be. So, you try. Can this be a multiplied by 4? Yes. Multiplied by 4? Yes. Okay, use your calculator by all means. Now, so if it's a multiplier by 4, it's a constant multiple example. Now remember just now the equation I said you don't need to memorize. So I'm not going to take out the equation. I'm just going to use a bit of logic and I want you to think. Now look, you have your first term, which is 3, which you start from your first term. Let's just say now you want to find your 8th term. How many 4 would you have multiplied by the time you reach your 8th term? So let's do. If you reach your second term, you will have multiplied by 4 one time. If you reach your third term, you have multiplied by your 4 2 times. And then you realize that every time your term increase by 1, your n increase by 1, you will multiply by 4 by 1. So, am I right to say, by the time you reach your 8th term, you have multiplied by your 4 by 7 times? Because the first term you don't multiply. That's why you always minus 1. Yes? So isn't it just like this? You have multiplied by 4 by 7 times. So it will be 3 times 4 to the power of 7. And then if I want to put this as a formula, it will be 3. Now you don't need to put a because this is the a is 3. 3 times 4 to the power of n minus 1. Does it make sense to you? It does, right? Because your n will always need to minus by 1. Because the first term you do not multiply by n by 4. Okay, so the formula is just this. Okay, it's a bit of an indices type of formula. Okay, we can check it out. Right. Okay, let's test it. Let's try the third term. So T3 go to 3 times 4 to the power of, is the third term, right? So it's bracket 3 minus 1. So you become 3 times 4 to the power of 2. 16 times 3 will give you 48. Okay, and you also know it's always correct because it's using logic to come up with this equation, nothing else. Okay, so if you do come across something like this that is constant multiple, always remember this technique. Take from the first term, see what is the constant multiple, then times that constant multiple to the power of something. Okay, thank you very much. Let's look at another example from exam questions. All right, 4, 12, 36, 108. Right, the sixth term. Okay, I'm just going to do it according to what they say. So here I multiply by 3. Here I multiply by 3. And here I multiply by 3 again. So that is my fourth term. That means I need to multiply by 3 again 2 more times. 2 more times. So let me just use my calculator. Same thing, you don't try your luck and try to do mental calculation. All right, if you make mistake, it's not worth it. So times 3 2 times, I'll get 972. So it says write down. Write down means you don't have to show working. You can just write here 972. But if you really feel unsafe, just go ahead. Okay, now find an expression in terms of n for the n term. So same thing here. The first term is 4, and I would like to multiply by 3 all the time. So remember, if it's the n term, I only need to multiply by 3n minus 1 time. And there you go. So Tn is equal to 4 times 3 to the power of n minus 1. Now, if you're very uncomfortable with this n minus 1, of course, you can adjust it. Like, you can make it into 4 times 3 to the power of n, and then using your indices law, bring the 3 down. Okay, but I really don't see the need to. This is good enough.